When hope is gone, undo this lock and send me forth on a moonlit walk. Release restraint level 0. Hey kids, want to see a dead body?
Hey guys, this is the Void of the Ravenclaw. Welcome back to another fanfiction story. Now let's get right back into the story. After his conversation with Todoroki and All Might, as he made his way back to the classroom while Todoroki is visiting Momo in the infirmary, she's mostly unharmed. She's only unconscious. At the moment, Todoroki is waiting by Momo's bedside for her to regain consciousness. Shoto has been sitting by Momo's bedside in the school infirmary, waiting for her, to regain consciousness. Basically, I said that twice, but anyway, so let's continue. Momo has finally started to wake up. Oh, my head hurts. I wasn't expecting her to take my own weapon and hit me in the back of the head with it. Shoto gave her a reassuring smile. What's going on? You rarely smile. Who are you? Where's the real Todoroki at? As her friend only raised an eyebrow at her teasing. Anyways, what happened? Did we win? Yes, but not the way I wanted to win. Midway through the fight, Midoriya forfeited. It really irritating, but it is what it is. What do you mean he forfeited? After he forced me to use my fire sword, he kinda just gave up afterwards. As Momo's eyes widen at that, she knows how reluctant or how Todoroki refuses to use his fire side. He kind of opened my eyes after a near-death experience. Things become much clearer. What do you mean a near-death experience? As Momo clearly has a concerned expression on her face. He put me in a position where I had to use my fire side, or I would have either been heavily injured or possibly would have ended up dead. I gotta say, that Midoriya is something else. I think me and him are going to be good for. Oh, sorry. I think me and him are going to be friends for a very long time. Wait, friends? If I remember correctly, you told me before you got accepted into UA that you weren't going to make friends with. Sorry, you weren't going to make friends in UA. Besides me, of course. Well, Midori has a way with words, and I kind of like the guy. He made me think a lot of things. And I need to reevaluate my whole issue with using my fire side. I'm still not comfortable using it, but at least I can try to train it up a little bit in case I get put in that sort of situation again, where I have to use my fire side. I want to face Midoriya again, and I'll defeat him the proper way, not by his simple submitting. I don't consider that a win. Far from it. I just wanted to make sure you were alright. I'm fine. Thank you for checking up on me. Outside of my new friendship with Midoriya, you're my friend, my best friend. I don't really care about the rest of them in the class, but I like the two of you, so your well-being is it's a very concern to me. I'm very concerned about your well-being, basically, he's about to say. Anyway, let's continue on. Are you okay to move around? I should be fine to move around. I need your help with something. Of course, Shoto, what do you need? During my fight with Midoriya, he mentioned something, a phrase I've never heard of. He called himself a Esper. I need your help to track down what that is. Esper, I've never heard that phrase before. Sure. Let's head down to the library, see if we can find something. Let's go. I know for sure he doesn't have a quirk. The power he displayed was beyond any type of quirk I've seen. I don't think he's a metahuman either. The superpower beings that are in America. I've heard of metahumans before. I've heard of metahumans before. I'm surprised you know about them, Shota. I came across some information about metahumans by accident. I've been looking into them now and then. And this Esper thing, I've never heard of it before. It must be some sort of different kind of superpower humanoid, like the metahumans. His powers, sorry, his powers got my interest. Got my interest. Fire, ice, invisibility, telekinesis. It's a very scary thought. It is a very scary thought. The pure idea that he's still hiding some abilities. When Momo and Shoto entered the library, Shoto immediately went to the computers and start researching or searching for the word Esper. After 15 minutes, finding nothing, well, I guess I have no choice. What are you going to do? I'm going to use my dad's clearance to get the information in the Hero Organization database. I might, I might hate the bastard, but being his son does have some benefits. I think, I think, I think that the Hero Organization database, I should be able to get in and find the file if it's there. As he searched the database, as he found the file that he wanted, this phrase Esper, perfect. Momo, can you create me a flash drive? Or Shoto. As Momo created a flash drive with her quirk and handed over to Shota. While it downloads, I'll cover my tracks so it doesn't bite me in the ass. I could care less what happened to my bastard father, but I bet the Hero Organization wouldn't take kindly me for me getting in their database, regardless who my bastard father is, who my bastard of father is. I am also interested in this Esper thing, Shoto. When you're done with it, I would like to take a look at it, please. Of course, Momo. I would never did I would never deny anything for sorry. Of course, Momo. I would never deny you for any well, I will never deny you anything. Momo tried her best to hide the blush that was displayed on her face. Luckily for her, the boy that that has her affection towards did not notice her blush, so she composed herself before he noticed. 15 minutes has passed. The download has finally been completed. Finally. As Shoto snatched the flash drive and put it in his pocket, after checking if he left any trail, he shut down the computer and made his way off to got off the chair. Come on, Momo. Let's get back to class. Right behind you. I'm going to find out what you really are, Midoriya. You're far too powerful to be a normal human. I know there's more to you meets the eye. Are you sure that was wise, sir, allowing the son of a Dever to access such information? You went as far as covering his tracks. You know you get a lot of trouble for that. If the hero organization catches on. Thank you for your thank you for your thank you for your concern, Eraserhead. I saw the young Todoroki fight against young Midoriya. This will only strengthen their friendship towards each other. I highly doubt even the young Midoriya even knows what a Esper really is. This will bring them closer. He's already helped the young Todoroki with his problems with his fireside. So I no longer have to make plans to interfere with that. I'll leave the boy's growth to his new friend. Friends and rivals have a way of breaking their limits with each other. I'll just observe them for now. I'll give them a little push now and then when it's needed. God, I love this tea. When Izuku returned to the observing area, no one talked to him. They gave him a wide berth as he leaned against the wall, far away from everyone else. It's not that they don't want to talk to him. They just know he's not in a really good mood right now. What surprised the class even more was when Todoroki re-entered the observing area. He simply walked towards Izuku and leaned against the wall, right next to him, followed by Momo. Before the class could approach the two boys, Black Canary came into the observing area and immediately started the course again. 2 hours later, she dismissed the class for lunch. The whole class was surprised. Oh, sorry. The whole class was surprised to see a beautiful red-haired girl was walking in the hallway towards Izuku. Ivy knew something was wrong. She approached Izuku and gave him a hug. Come on, let's go. You must be starving. As she wrapped her arms around his, as they as she led him outside the well, just outside in general, to a huge tree that was on the campus. As they both sat down, as she handed him a bento box filled with food she personally cooked for Izuku, as she had her own, filled with different sorts of vegetarian food. As they had a light conversation while they ate. After a while, she noticed he ate everything she made for him. As she put down her chopsticks and gave him a concerning look. You know I know you very well. What's wrong? I know when you're upset, mad, or frustrated. After Izuku sighed, I might have took things a little too far today. I'm not mad at anyone. I'm just mad at myself. You know how I am. When I get an idea in my head, I don't back down regardless if people see it. If people see it as me going too far. You can be stubborn sometimes, love. And when you commit to something, you don't stop until you achieve it. That's one of the many qualities I like about you. As she gently grabbed onto his face, as she leaned her forehead against his. You know you could tell me anything. When Ivy. There's a guy in my class named Todoroki. He kind of reminded me a little bit he kind of reminded me a little bit about myself before I met you and Harley. Our situations are completely different, but I did see some similarities between the two of us. For years, I was afraid to use my abilities, and I got irritated and pissed, and it kind of pissed me off. I don't know why I decided to help him out, but I did, and my sensei and the rest of the class didn't really take it too well, but that doesn't matter. But I did find it ironic to think I'd gain a new friend after that. He seemed to be keen to make a friendship with me. I have no doubt he did. Whatever you did was most likely very extreme, but I know you mean well. That's one of the many reasons why I fell in love with you in the first place. You have a you have a kind heart. Ivy Ivy leaned Izuku's head against her chest as they enjoy each other's companies in silence. After staying in that position for several minutes, she readjusts herself in his arms, wrapped around her waist. So, do you feel any better? Yeah, I'm feeling much better. Thanks, Ivy. You always manage to put me at ease. At ease, basically. Anytime, love. It displeases me to see you in that sort of state. I'm glad I'm able to get you out of it, and I'm more than happy to do so. Let's go home. I still have a few classes to attend to. You don't need to worry about that. I had a nice little chat with your principal. So you got the oh, sorry. So you got to try it again. So you got the okay to leave. Come on. As Izuku left the school campus with Ivy, the moment they got inside their house, they cuddle up with each other on the couch watching movies for the rest of the day. Izuku spent a relaxing day and night with Ivy and Harley. It's the weekend, so they'll start. As the weekend has came and passed, the time has finally come for the hero versus villains, as it's finally approached. As he's making his way to Class 1A, as he sat down with the rest of the class, waiting for their sensei to come and start the lesson. Good morning, class. I'll be taking more of a back seat today. We have a special instructor coming in. Actually, two of them. They should be arriving pretty soon. As everyone sees All Might come into the classroom, inside, someone not even Izuku is expected to see, as the Man of Steel himself, Superman. Class, I'll be your special instructor today, alongside with Superman here. I've been told you've been informed that I would be doing this today. Uh, and the hero versus villain test. It's very simple. I'll be setting you into two teams. One team will be the hero team, and the other team will be the villains. It's your job to either capture the villains or capture the bomb with the capture tape. And on the villain side, you could either make the clock run out or take down the heroes. When you're on the field, you most likely won't be fighting villains out in the open. You'll be most likely fighting them and infiltrating their secret hideouts. This is a necessary lesson you need to learn. Do you have anything to add, Superman? You got it covered. Sorry, you got it covered, All Might. Well said. Like my colleague said, you be paired up into teams. This will be decided in a raffle, so there's no favoritism. And you will also be wearing your hero suits for this little course. Your hero costumes and hero gear, or or support gear, is already ready. Once you get changed, meet us on battlefield area 5. That's all. After everyone left the classroom to get their hero costumes and support gear, unlike the rest of the class, Todoroki and Midoriya don't really need any hero costumes. They have no desire to dress up like they're taking part in like a convention. So they're just wearing what they feel more comfortable in. After all the class returned with their hero gear on, they started to raffle out who's going to be on the villain team and who's going to be on the hero team. By everyone's surprise, Izuku and Todoroki were picked to be on the villain team, on the villain side of things, and the hero side will be Kara, aka Supergirl, and Kirishima. As the other teams don't really matter. As we cut to Todoroki and Izuku in the battle area, right next to the bomb. So, how do you want to handle this, Todoroki? Guard the bomb. I'll handle Kirishima. You go after the American blonde. The blonde girl. Be careful. She seems to be quite strong. That's what I thought as well. I threw her through several buildings with my telekinesis and she barely had a scratch on her. I have a feeling she might be somewhat related to Superman, but I have no proof at the moment. But I'll know sooner or later when we engage in hand-to-hand combat. I'll follow your lead on this, Shoto. If you have no choice but to freeze the whole building, feel free. I would be able to avoid friendly fire. I'll let you know if it comes to that, Midoriya. Catch you on the other side, Todoroki. Things might get intense. As Izuku made his way down the stairs to the lower level of the building, while Superman watches the battle between his cousin and the boy that cousin and the Esper called Izuku, as he's expecting they're gonna come to blows. When he finally made it downstairs, he saw Kirishima and Kara. I suggest you get moving, Kirishima. You're not my opponent. Todoroki's waiting for you on the upper floors. God. You're a good guy and everything, but you kind of scared shit out of me. And I really want to face you. Anytime soon. Pro, man, let's get out of here. Kara watches Kirishima run past Izuku. You're pretty confident letting Kirishima go ahead of you. It's not just confidence. I know my teammate can handle himself. That rockhead, he won't know what hit him. But if I chose to fight the rockhead instead of you, I have no doubt Todoroki would have lost. You seem more of a threat than that blockhead. And I'm not stupid enough to underestimate you, regardless of your gender. My fists are rated for everyone. I don't care you're a girl. I'm not gonna go easy on you. I knew there's a reason why I liked about you. Let's get this party started, shall we? Let's do this, Kryptonian. So you figured it out. Well, that big S on your shirt is a big giveaway. The rest of the class most likely are not too familiar with heroes from America. But unlike them, I'm from Gotham. And I know a Kryptonian when I see it. Without another word, Izuku teleported and reappeared right in front of Supergirl and landed a powerful strike across her face as she goes flying out of the building, as he flies after her. When he finally catches up to her, she uppercutted him in the air as she landed vicious fists across his face, making him go flying even further out of the building as he goes crashing through several buildings that's around the area. They're no longer in the same building with the bomb. Superman knew this was going to happen sooner or later. While All Might is more focused between the fight between Kirishima and Todoroki, Superman is concentrating his attention towards the battle between his cousin and the Esper. When he finally landed, when he finally crashed, as he pushed a brick wall off of him, as he starts to throw pieces of the same brick wall that fell on him, as he punched several pieces of the wall, as as he picked up several of the pieces of debris and tossed them at Supergirl, as she's dodging each debris in midair. When he noticed this is not going to work, he took flight as their fists collide, making miniature shockwaves in the air. As he used his static electricity in his body to douse his hands, making him able him to use basically make his hands into like miniature what's the word I'm looking for, stunners basically. With his electrical charged fist, he lands several hits onto Supergirl, shocking her as he kicked her away as she goes flying towards the ground, as he grabbed her by the face and slammed her harder into the ground, leaving a small crater as he jumps backwards to get some distance between him and her. As Kara simply got up and dusted the dirt from her clothes. Now I did not expect that. I really didn't expect you to be this strong. So that means I don't have to hold back anymore. Hope you're ready, Izuku-kun. This is probably going to sting. As she flew towards him, full throttle, as she lands a powerful hit combo across his face, finishing it with a vicious uppercut, immediately start blasting him with her heat vision, only for her heat vision to get hit by an invisible shield around Izuku. As she started to get tossed around by his telekinesis, using her like a pinball ball into several buildings. As he ripped out a building with his telekinesis from the ground, as he tossed it towards her, everyone stopped paying attention to Todoroki and the Kirishima fight and pay attention to Kara and Izuku. They're completely amazed by their pure physical strength in the fierce battle between each other. As she destroyed the building that got thrown at her by just simply smashing it to little pieces, bit by bit, until the building was no longer there. She's good. She's clearly not new to fighting. It's not going to be easy for me. But this is going to be... But regardless, this is going to be fun. This is the first time in a fight that I don't actually have to hold back. I could just let loose and use all my strength all I want. I know I'm most likely a little bit weaker than a Kryptonian, but this is still exciting. What's your thoughts on the green hair boy, Superman? He's quite impressive to fight with Supergirl on this extent, especially with pure strength alone and his telekinesis. He's quite talented when it comes to battle. He's a little reckless like my cousin, but I can see from here she's having the time of her life. The boy takes things a little too far, but I don't believe he's a bad guy or a bad kid. I could tell he has a good heart, even though he kind of pissed me off the other day during that little stunt of his. But I got over it. I'm still going to have a personal chat with him about it. I probably won't lecture him about it anyways. I just got a few things to talk with him. But I do believe he would make a good addition to the Justice League. What do you think? I agree with you, Canary. With the right tutelage and mentorship, he would make a good addition to the League. He's far too powerful to be limited to be limited just to Japan alone. I completely agree with you. So does the bats, surprisingly. That's surprising. I got the feeling that he was suspicious of him. I mean, we're talking about Batman. He's like that with everyone. But I've been feeling him on what's been going on, and it seems to me like he kind of likes the kid, and the whole Harley and Ivy thing, it keeps him grounded. Heard about that. The young man's quite the ladies' man. At least at least that's what I've been hearing. As Superman begins to cackle a little bit, just starts laughing a little bit. The Kryptonian and the Esper fly towards each other with their fists extended. As their fists collide, making shock waves all all across the sky with incredible speed. As shock waves begin to rain upon all around. As they both fall to the ground, as they both rush towards each other, as as their hands collide in a power struggle, as they try to push each other back at the same time. As Izuku notices, he's slowly getting pushed backwards as he loses, before he loses his ground, as he kneed her in the stomach, then infuse his fists with his bioelectricity and land a vicious right hook across her face, only to be greeted with a fist to his face in return, as they both exchange blows with each other, as the ground starts to shake from their battle. When they were about to strike each other again, someone stopped both their hands. As Superman stopped from continuing the fight, as he came out of nowhere. All right, that's enough, you two. The match has already been decided. As you see Shoto smirking and leaning against the bomb, as Kirishima is frozen against the wall, to his neck to his feet. The timer finally ran out a few minutes ago. Looks like you lost, Kirishima. That's so not cool, man. As Todoroki laughed at his ice pun, as he uses fire side to generate heat, melt in the ice, freeing Kirishima as he helped him up, as they both made their way outside. As we cut back to Izuku and Supergirl. So who won, cuz? Villain team. Well, that's a bummer. No matter. I still had fun. We're definitely gonna have to fight again. I haven't had this much fun in a fight in a long time, Izuku. See you around. As Izuku watches as Izuku watches Supergirl fly off towards the rest of the class. You did well, son. I was quite surprised and impressed by your performance. Not a lot of people could keep up with my cousin, especially when it comes to hand-to-hand combat. Yeah, you Kryptonians are no joke, Mr. Superman. I don't know how much you know about me, but my body has been highly modified on the genetic level. I have no doubt if I wasn't modified, I probably wouldn't be able to match your cousin in such a way. Even with my modifications, I would not long I would not last long in a long stretch out fight with her. Regardless if you could or not, it was still impressive. I'll be looking forward to your progress in your hero career. Alright, let's head back to the rest of the class. As they both fly off to meet to meet up with the rest of the students, so they could continue the hero versus villain test. When Izuku finally land with Superman, Todoroki and Izuku fist bump each other. Thanks, man. Things would have had been dicey if I was the one who fought the blondie. No problem, man. I had a blast. I'm I'm in a really good mood right now. Really? Are you thinking adding a third girlfriend, are we? As Shoto is giving him a smirk. He's basically just teasing him. Not a chance, man. Three's enough for me. Or sorry, not a chance. Two is enough for me. As they both start laughing, surprising everyone that Todoroki is actually telling jokes and fooling around and smiling and laughing with Izuku. Come on, let's go observe. Let's go to the observing area to see who's next. Who's next? I also want to scout out the. I also want to scout out the competition. Competition? What do you mean? As his smirk got as his smirk returned, sports festival. They have it every year. It's a little too early. They haven't told the class yet, but it will approach fairly soon. With you and that blonde American girl, it's definitely going to be an interesting sports festival this year. Interesting. I'm intrigued. Tell me more. As the both boys begin to walk towards the observing area, while Shoto is telling about the sports festival, at least what he knows about it. As they watch the rest of the class, or watch the rest of the classmates watch their performance. After he got the minor details about the sports festival from Todoroki, they continued to watch the rest of the class do the hero versus villains. The whole class made their way back to Class 1A. You all performed very well. We will be doing some rescue training at the USJ in about 4 weeks. Until then, I want everyone to work on your abilities and keep your grades up. All right, you're all dismissed for today. I'll see you tomorrow. I wish to have a little chat before you leave, Izuku. As he nodded, as in acknowledgement, as he stayed behind. When everyone left Class 1A, she closed the door. Please, have a seat. As he sat down ready to be lectured, I know that look. Don't worry, I'm not going to lecture you. I just want to have a little one-on-one chat with you. I do apologize for slamming you against the wall that day. You, you're really a pain in my ass. But I don't dislike you. I'm hard on you than the rest of the class. Be because you've seen the real because you've been a part of the sorry, because you have real experience when it comes to dangerous threats like the Joker and other criminals in Gotham. Just try not to go extreme in the future. I do understand you're only trying to help. You could have easily killed him if something went wrong. I know, Teach. When I get an idea in my head, I really don't back down. And I tend to go overboard. Whatever type of trouble I get myself into afterwards. Just keep that in mind in the future. That your actions will have some effects on your future. Now let's get down to the real reason why I wanted you to stay behind. What do you plan to do after you finish UA? Outside of getting a hero license and doing hero work, I really don't know. I see two options for you, Midoriya. Listening, Teach. Option 1, you could either focus on your hero career in Japan, or you could join the Justice League. We could use someone like you with your abilities. When you go through the proper training during your time here in UA, I believe you would make an excellent asset to the league. And I personally are going to make sure you have everything you need, regardless if you want to stay in Japan or join the league. Just Just don't make your decision. Just don't make your decision right off the bat. Think about it. You got plenty of time. That's all really I want to talk about. You can go home now. Thanks, Teach. I'll think about it. That's all I asked for. Alright, see you tomorrow. That's where we're going to cut it. Hope you guys have a good night and day. Judge my timestamps, and I'll catch you in the next video.